Hey everyone, how's it going? Welcome to another Magic Arena Explorer video. So today we're playing a little bit of Jeskai Flash, so a deck that works primarily instant speed, and we're running a couple of new cards from Wilds of Eldraine. So we've got Heartflame Duelist, which is a 3/1 for 2 that says instant and sorcery spells you control have lifelink. But it also has an adventure for 2 and a red, an instant Heartflame Slash, deals 3 damage to any target. And we're also running Quick Study, which is a 3-mana instant that says draw 2 cards. And then the rest of the deck is a lot of instant speed interaction and powerful cards which stop our opponent from doing what they want. So we have quite a powerful counterspell package. So we've got Change the Equation to deal with either cheap spells the opponent plays or powerful red or green spells. 3 copies of Make Disappear, countering a spell unless the opponent pays 2. Dovan's Veto, countering any non-creature spell that can't be countered itself. And then one of the more interesting, unusual cards in the deck is 4 copies of Iron Eyes. So this is 1 red and blue for an instant that says counter target spell, deals 2 damage to that spell's controller, so it just helps kind of chip away at the opponent. Obviously, if we have a Heartflame Duelist on the battlefield, it also gains us 2 life. So yeah, so we're running some interesting, slightly different counter spells. And then our kind of pseudo counter spell creature is 3 copies of Spell Queller, which we've seen a few times before in gameplay videos. So 2/3 with flash or flying. When it enters the battlefield, exile target spell with mana value 4 or less, and when it leaves the battlefield, the exile card's owner may cast that card without paying its mana cost. And then we have some other powerful instant speed threats in the form of Stomp on the Bone Crusher Giant, so 2 damage to any target. Then obviously we can then later play the 4/3 for 3. Brazen Borrower, Petty Theft as an adventure, returning a non-land permanent to its owner's hand, but also the Borrow itself is a 3/1 with flash and flying, so it can, if the opponent can't answer it, it can very quickly start running down the opponent's life total. We've got 3 copies of Play with Fire and 3 copies of Lightning Strike as our burn-based removal. And then we're also running 3 copies of the Wandering Emperor, so the Planeswalker that can be played at instant speed, very good at dealing with attacking creatures from the opponent, or just generating a lot of tokens and then pumping them up. So that is the main deck. We are running the full 3 Jeskai colours. So we've got 1 Triome just to help us smooth out our mana. Plenty of dual lands. We're running a few of the new Wilds of Eldraine creature lands. So we've got 2 copies of Restless Bivouac, which is the red-white land, which creates a 2/2 Ox creature token that when it attacks you can put a +1/+1 counter on a target creature. And Restless Spire, red and blue, for just 2 mana. It turns into a 2/1 that has first strike as long as it's your turn, and when it attacks, scry 1. And then we've just got a couple of utility lands with Otawara and Iganjo, and 1 basic island as well. So that is the mana base. Then in the sideboard, 3 copies of Rending Volley, classic red sideboard card, removing blue or white creatures. Cathar Commando, so 3/1 with flash, so another instant speed creature, very high power for a 2-mana creature, but can also be used to destroy artifacts or enchantments. We've got Aether Gust as additional red and green counterspell. We've got Test of Talents to counter any instant or sorcery and then remove all other copies of it from the opponent's hand, library, and graveyard. Reckoner Bankbuster, vehicle that allows us to draw more cards and also eventually creates a pilot token. 2 copies of Unlicensed Hearse as our graveyard hate. A Redain, which makes our opponent's non-creature spells, which cost 4 or more, cost 2 more to cast, so a very good anti-control card. The same with Chandra Awakened Inferno, because it can't be countered, and just starts chipping away at the opponent's life total with its +2 ability. And then 2 copies of Prismari Command, 2 damage to any target, draw and discard 2, create a treasure or destroy target artifact, so a very useful modal spell which we can kind of bring in against a multitude of opponents and choose whichever mode we need to be most effective at that point in the game. So that is the deck. We've played a couple of flash decks before, but I don't think in Jeskai colours, but the Heartflame Duelist kind of moves us into that. So yeah, let's see how this does. Hit those like and subscribe buttons, as ever. Always appreciate the support, you know that. And yeah, let's go on to the ladder, see how we go on with a little bit of Jeskai Flash. Okay, the opponent's playing Keruga, so they won't have the quickest start. How do I feel about this hand? Um, Lack of red mana's a problem, lack of mana in general. I think it's a keep on the play. Let's get a 3-1 on the battlefield just for something to do. Okay, missing a land drop, of course. Still no land. Fortunately, we do have a good answer to a lot of what they're doing. Okay, that is at least a land. Okay, pretty rough go around for our opponent. So let's attack again. Ready to ionize anything particularly problematic that they might try and play. Yeah, let's just ionize that. Okay, we've now got a couple of lethal threats to deal with the opponent, so let's attack. Now let's play with fire. That should be sufficient. Okay. So we stumbled on mana there a bit, but the opponent had a very slow start. I think us countering their Fires of Invention probably did for them quite effectively. So let's play Redain in this matchup. I think Aether Gust is good as well. Rending Volley is probably okay. We can play a couple of those. Cathar Commando as well. What should we take out? Bone Crusher Giant, I'm not sure does much here against what they're playing. And let's lose one Make Disappear. Actually, let's trim 2 Make Disappears as we are the draw in this game. Anything else we want to bring in? Chandra, probably could. Maybe a bit slow. Yeah, let's try it like this. Yeah, this is decent enough. No counter spells, but probably enough to enough going on. Okay, I like seeing Redain here, so let's play Heartflame Duelist. think Redain turn 3 is definitely a good shout. I see. Okay. So, Obstinate Baloth is indeed a card. God, you don't see that nearly often. You don't see this nearly often enough. Mind you, I suppose with Waste Not being more of a thing, maybe this is becoming a more decent sideboard card. Heliod. No, because we can. Nah, we can just Commando that way. I don't think we need to use Spell Queller. So let's play Commando. Sacrifice it to destroy Heliod. Yeah, let's play with fire our opponent just so we get the scry action. Don't think we need a tap land. Okay, that's not bad. Okay, they got a lot of mana. Enter the battlefield, exile target card other than a... Okay. Yeah, that kind of makes sense, I suppose. So let's do them 3 damage. Okay, I like Iron Eyes as a concept. Pass the turn. Yeah, I think we're going to Iron Eyes that. Good, good. Hit them again. Play Duelist. Pass the turn with Spell Queller up. And if they don't do anything particularly interesting, I will just play Brazen Borrower at the end of turn. Like if they just play Keruga, yeah, that's fine. Not particularly interesting. Well, they didn't even wait for me to finish playing it. How rude. Never mind. Yeah, so I'll keep this hand. We need a... It's a couple more land drops, but... Ventus there. Okay, so some sort of artifact deck from our opponent. Or colourless deck. Okay, so Soul Cauldron. Shame, I would have liked to be able to counter-spell that, but cannot be fussy about these things. Sure. I don't like that being on the battlefield. It's got bad vibes. Exile. Okay. Ooh, no. No, no, no. I cannot allow you to play my Nemesis card. It is a land. It is an untapped land, which is slightly frustrating, but we can wait another turn to play the Wandering Emperor. They're going to stop talking to me in a minute, I'm sure they are. Yep. Sure thing. Kind of out of counter spells, kind of. Yeah, I do want to play my Emperor, but I think it's better to get rid of that. We'll draw them a lot of cards over time. Let's play Stomp. Here we go again. Colourless Cauldron. Turf, look at the top. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let's drop the Wandering Emperor. Hit them with another Play with Fire, so we have the... Don't need another land, I don't think. Now let's get some creatures on the battlefield. So we do have Restless Spire as well. Okay, so they do have the 3 artifacts now, and they can use the Thran Spider. Yeah. That is a card that exists. Ugh. That is not a welcome draw from our opponent. So let's just pass the turn. I think we can scoop this one up. So I think we are bringing back in Redain, definitely bringing in Prismari Command and Cathar Commando. Let's take out Change the Equation and Bone Crusher Giant, I think, here. Yep, that seems about right. I have not come across what the opponent's doing. In fact, I think it's the first time I've had a Soul Cauldron played against me, which is fun. I haven't used it myself yet. I haven't seen a build which has interested me, but if you have one, do let me know. Never know. No white mana is a problem, so I think we'll skip this one. This is better. Let's pop back the Sacred Foundry, I think, here. No. I'm going to need more. Fair enough. Kill Sir Ginger. Well, I've got enough land to keep me entertained for a couple of years. Let's try and dig for something good. That is not something good. Neither is that. Okay, let's cycle Triome. Quick Study is at least a card. But this Mystic Forge being on the battlefield is not filling me with confidence. Oh, for goodness sake. Okay. Casual 10 lands in the first 14 cards. Seems fine. Yeah, you may be a little late here, my friend, but we'll see what we can do. So let's Prismari command ourselves and destroy their Forsaken Monument. Hopefully we might draw a counter spell. And we did. So let's discard land. Okay, well, let's keep our Iganjo up. Yeah. Right. That's not ideal. Let's send their Mystic Forge back to their hand. Let's play Brazen Borrower. Let's activate our old bivouacy friend. Send all of our creatures at Khan. Yeah, okay. That makes sense on some level, as it's protection from multicoloured. Hopefully they'll just try and play Cityscape Leveler here. Damn, they saw around my cunning plan. Sure. I think we are super dead here, but let's see what happens. So I've drawn a ludicrous amount of land. Oh, what a mess. What an ugly stack they've got going on here. Okay, let's channel our Iganjo to kill their 2-2. No, I don't think so. We just drew far too many lands there. Sure, we've got scry action, so we'll take the risk. I said that last time. More triomes. Everyone loves a triome. Ooh, do I counter up the Beanstalk? I think I shall. And not draw a card. I mean, not draw a land. Again. It's because I drew all my land in that last game. That's how it works. Nissa, that's fun. Okay, let's Lightning Strike Nissa. So the opponent seems to be on the Elementals deck by the look of it. Still no land. Okay, well now we've got 2 scries to have a search for one. Yeah, that'll do. Let's keep our other play with fire for when we need it. Hopefully they are going to play Omnath, which we can counter. Sure. Okay, they're just cycling through a lot of land at the moment. I don't love it, but would I rather have the cards? Sure. Let's play Quick Study. Now at least we have our Emperor available. Nothing? Right, well. If you're not going to do anything, I will. Well, we'll make the 2-2 now, because they're not going to target. Let's shock in our land here. I think that's fine. Yep. Okay. Well, they've got a lot of cards. Let's stomp. So I don't think I'm about leaving us without Iron Eyes up, so let's just play Duelist. This is interesting, isn't it? It's sort of... So that made me think Elementals, but this more has the vibe of a control deck. Sadness on the stack. Oh well, let's Iron Eyes that. Right, well, let's just play again but draw lands this time, I think is our general strategy. So let's pop in Aether Gust. Chandra. Redain. Cathar Commando. Let's take out Play with Fire. And a couple of Bone Crushers as well. And carry on. Just do it better. Okay. Okay, this all seems pretty compelling. Let's veto their Beanstalk. Just in case they're short of land. They're not, but it was probably worth doing anyway. So let's drop a Redain. Oh, now you come out to play. Still short, still not enough land. Don't know what's happening. The land variance in these games is very high. Let's ionize that. Fortunately, not enough land to play the Wandering Emperor. Okay. Are they just dead here? I think they are. Yep. Okay, so we know if they've got Seed Shark now, so let's pop in Rending Volley. Or at least a couple of copies of Rending Volley. And let's take out our other two Bone Crusher Giants and one Make Disappear. Sure thing. Two tap lands. How do I feel about this hand? could be good. Oh, it's a marginal one. No, let's ship it. This is a better hand. Okay. Let's keep everything except Lightning Strike here, I think. Okay, I'm not convinced I'm trying to target you that much, but sure. Bad vibes. They could have Mystical Dispute here. Yeah, fair enough. I can live with that. Oh, that's fruity. Okay, we like that. So let's kill that. Let's have enough mana for our Wandering Emperor. Hmm. So let's see how much damage we can do to Teferi. Still got terrible vibes. Thank you. Okay. And down comes Omnath. Looking like an absolute villain there. Let's play Chandra. Let's get rid of Omnath. So we're presenting a lot of powerful threats here. Okay, they've got another Omnath. That's not so ideal. Start the countdown. Let's play Duelist. We do have Spell Queller for anything problematic they might try and play. Not too problematic, though. I prefer it if they didn't play anything problematic. That is quite problematic, to be fair. So, what can we do here? We could just get rid of this Omnath. I think that's probably a decent shout. Let's do that. Now let's kill Teferi, attack them for 5. Could have probably attacked with Spire there as well. Maybe should have done to get the scry in. Yeah, you can do that all you like. Okay. Good game. Yeah, some interesting matches there. It's a good thing about being in gold as opposed to platinum is you do come across a variety of different opponents playing a few different things. Not you're just Rakdos mid-range, mono green, Rakdos mid-range that you often see when you find yourself in platinum. Yeah, no, I enjoy playing that Jeskai Flash deck. Bit frustrating on the old land spell mix a couple of times, but that is magic. Yeah, I mean, it's running what? 5, 8, 12, 14, 17, 24 lands. Doesn't tops out quite a low curve, so yeah, just a little bit of unlucky variance there, but no, on the whole, pretty good. Let me know what you think in the comments. If you've played a similar deck to this, or if you would suggest any changes. Always appreciate the input, and thanks very much for watching, and I will see you next time.